get set. Where them haters, where them hoes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
Anybody who is a current student of mine who is a minor, let me make this clear. I am not telling you to participate in public boxing or anything like this with no supervision around. So don't watch this video, run home, and say, Mr. Cecil told me that my friends and I should just put on boxing gloves and start swinging at each other. Because that is not what I am about to say or what I'm saying. Now I got that out the way. I saw the public boxing video, and I had mixed feelings about it. On the one hand, I'm glad that they are boxing and not shooting each other. A lot of other people have their feelings too. It's good that these bunch of teenagers are just, competing with each other in a fun way. They're not taking it ultra serious. They're just trying to get their licks in and learn how to box in the process. My criticisms come in where I feel like I wish they had a good coach, one or two legitimate boxing coaches who can teach them how to box the right way with the correct posture, using the correct technique, teaching them work on their footwork and timing. Because if there's that many people interested in it, they ought to be able to hit up a community center and get the community center to create a class for them. And I'm sure there's got to be somebody around there who's got some boxing training, who's got a certified coach, or knows enough that the community center would pay them to coach them. They could form their own boxing league and get trained to do it the right way. Because when you're throwing wild haymakers and you're coming at the person off balance, if you do that in a real fight, you're definitely vulnerable to being thrown. You're also going to be vulnerable to anybody that can just step back and throw a good jab. You're even vulnerable to kickers too. I mean, a lot of people will just come back right up at you, right up in the chest. They're going to go low and go to the body. And if you overswing, and like I said, if they got some experience, they're just going to catch and just take you off balance. So that would be the downside of it. With that being said, what I would say, and not that I would try to push you into it, I would only want a student of mine to participate in that if he or she has never been in a real fight before, if your only training has been in formal settings and you've never been hit, then I would recommend you do it. I also, ironically, will recommend it to a student who has been in too many real fights and needs to learn how to control their emotions and their aggressions. But really, if they've been in too many real fights, they might hurt the people that are there that are just trying to box. So take that with a grain of salt. But if you've never been hit before, or you've never, ever boxed before, doing one of those or a couple of those would probably be good for you. I remember I did one amateur boxing match, and I had been in some real fights before that. And I think doing an amateur boxing match helped me because, helped me realize you can just go in there and have contact in contest and it not have to be the end of the world. It doesn't have to end with you kicking the person in the ribs and things like that. So, overall, like I said, my only problem with it is I wish they would form a league, man. Form a league, even if it's just two teams competing against each other. Form a league, put this in a program so you can have good coaching and take some of that talent that's there. You never know. They could form their own sports league of young boxers, man. They could be getting paid to do that. Plus, if you form a league with it, you have medical staff on hand. And, they might be able to get some notoriety and shine. And if they get some, good sports experience, that might lead, if any of them become coaches that are doing that backyard boxing, if they decide to become legit coaches, that's future employment opportunities for them. That's something to put on the resume that says, hey, I know how to coach. I know how to train people. I know how to interact with others. I have leadership skills and I can think under pressure. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to put a link to it below this video. So I can't in good conscience just come and completely hate on it, even though, again, like I keep saying, I like to see them do an instruction environment. Plus, if I'm going to be honest, it's not like I didn't do things that were a little reckless when I was young. So anybody that knows me is probably like, I can't even believe he's saying anything about it the way you used to act, Cecil. So thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this. People like to talk about the martial arts. If you're near the area where they do this public boxing, get these guys some coaches and get them to make a program so we can see even more of it. And they can help raise money and whatnot. Peace. And they can make some money themselves.